Now, today we're going to start doing a very quick revision of all what we learned in the previous class. Let's just go over it here. We learned ni hao, which means hello, and we learned all the versions of hello, like ning hao and ni meng hao. If you didn't watch the very first class, you can go back to watch the very first class to understand better. Then we have 对不起, I'm sorry, and we have 没关系, that's okay. Let me read the dialogues now. 你好,你好,您好,你们好,对不起,没关系. All right, that's the dialogue over there. Now, we also did introduction to the letters of Chinese language. We learned about the natures and also the finals. And also we did introduction to the four tones of Chinese language, which is the ma, 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 ma. That's the first tone, second tone, the third tone, and the fourth tone. Now, let's proceed. Now, in the last class, we learned about the tones, right? How the tone sounds, right? But then here, we're going to learn using the tones with several different letters, right? Now, before we proceed, let me talk a bit more about the tones. This ma first tone is a high tone. It's known as the first tone or the high tone. As you can see on this scale, like it shows that it's the level 5. The highest pronunciation comes from the first tone. Ma. I see it's a high. Ma, ma. The next one we have a rising tone or the second tone. You can see it starts from like a level of 3, then it rises to level of 5. Ma, ma, ma. The next one, you can see the third tone, ma, ma. It starts from this level of 2, and it comes down, and it goes up again. You can see it's level 4, right? So it means the tone starts here, and it comes down low, and comes back down high again. As I said here, the first tone is also known as the high tone. You see it's high. The second tone is known as the rising tone. You see it's rising. And the third tone is known as the low tone. It's low. You can see how this part is low. Like 75% of the entire pronunciation is low, right? Ma, ma is low here in the level of 1 to 2. Ma, ma. And here we have the falling tone or the fourth tone. We call it ma, ma. See, it's coming from a high pitch to a low pitch, right? From here, as in here, like this. Ma, 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 ma. I, ma, rising. Ma, low. Ma, falling. First tone, second tone, third tone, fourth tone, or otherwise known as high tone, rising tone, falling tone. No, high tone, rising tone, low tone over here, then falling tone over here. All right, now let's look at the different tones with different letters. Here with the letter A, we can pronounce the first tone as A, second tone as A, third tone as A, fourth tone as A. Now, one more thing I want you to observe, there's a distinct difference between these letters written here and normal English letters. You notice that normal English letters don't have these marks on top. You can see over here. No, not here. You can see here. Watch the cursor. You can see here too, a tone mark. You can see some marks over everything, right? But these are not English letters. They're Chinese pinyin letters, right? Now, these are called what? Tone marks. They are called what? Tone marks. The marks indicate the tone in which you have to pronounce that particular letter. Now, if you look at it, we have our A as first tone, we have our A second tone, we have our A third tone, and we have A fourth tone. With letter O, we say it as O, 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 O. E, we say it as E, 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 E. E, 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 E. U, 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 U. Yu, 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 yu. Now, let's say it together. Let's go over again. Say it along with me. Don't be shy. You can get it. Let's go. 1, 2, ready, go. Ah, 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 ah. O, 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 o. E, 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 e. U, 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 U. Yu, 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 yu. All right, very good. Now remember, if you want feedback from these things you're saying, because now you're pronouncing it, but you're not getting feedback from the teacher, which is me, right? So if you want feedback, you can look at the description below. You're going to find my number there. Reach out to me, and we're going to have the one-on-one class together. Right? It's a paid class, but it's definitely worth the amount you're going to be paying. So don't hesitate. You want to improve your Chinese language, you want to take your Chinese language learning seriously, take that next step. Message me in the description below. You see my number there, and let's improve your Chinese rapidly. All right, now let's proceed. Now we have what we call syllables, right? Most of us know what syllables are. Syllable is the smallest unit pronounced in a language. Now let's go what it wrote here. It says a Chinese syllable is usually made up of an initial, a final, and a tone. Generally speaking, one Chinese character corresponds to one syllable. That means that each Chinese character is usually one syllable. It's hard to find a Chinese character that's more than one syllable, right? If you look at it, Mao, one Chinese character, one syllable. We have Yu, one Chinese character is one syllable. We have Jie, one Chinese character is one syllable. We also have a Chinese character, and it's just one syllable also. Now, as you can see above, we introduced the initials and the finals. Say initials are like consonants and finals are like vowels. Now let's come down below. It says what? The Chinese syllable is made up of what? The initial, more like consonants. The final, more like vowels. Then we have the tone, which is the tone mark, right? Which is going to tell you how you need to pronounce that particular syllable. Now we have Mao, Mao, Mao. Why am I saying Mao? Or why am I not saying Mao? What am I not saying? Mao. Why am I not saying Mao? Because the tone mark here indicates the first tone. Now this here indicates the first tone here. Down here, we have here, this here indicates what? The second tone. Then this indicates what? The third tone. And this indicates the fourth tone. So any syllable where you see these marks on top of them, it tells you a particular tone in which you are to pronounce that particular syllable. First tone, like this. Second tone, like this. Third tone, like this. And the fourth tone, like this. You can see it. How do you pronounce this? This is first tone, that's Mao. The second one here is the second tone, right? You see it as Yu, Yu. Now, tell me, why am I not saying Yu? Why am I not saying Yu? Why am I not saying Yu? Why? Because it is indicating the second tone, which is Yu, Yu, Yu. You get it? Second tone. Now we have here Jie, Jie, Jie. That's the third tone, right? See the tone mark over here? Over here to the right. Here you can see the tone mark. It says third tone. So we have to say Jie. We can't say Jie. We can't say Jie. We can't say Jie. We have to say Jie because it indicates what? The third tone. And the third tone is what? Jie. Next we have Er. Er. Er is two. That's the first tone. Why am I not saying Why am I not saying Why am I not saying Why am I saying I'm not saying the others because that's not the tone indicated. But I'm saying because the tone indicated is what? The fourth tone, which is over here. So you have to say er, er, er. Let's read it together. We have Mao, Yu, Jie, Er. Now say along with me. Don't be shy. You can get it. Let's go. You can get it. Let's go. One, two, ready? Go. Mao, Mao, Mao. Yu, Yu, Yu. Jie, Jie, Jie. Er, Er, Er. All right, very good. Let's proceed. Remember what we learned here? We just learned the structure of a Chinese syllable. What's the Chinese syllable made up? It's made up of what? An initial, a final, and a tone. All right, that's it there. All right, this is very important information. Let's learn this before we move on. It says when I, E, or U acts as a syllable by itself, Y is added before it. Right? What that's just saying is that whenever you add, whenever you have your E or U and it's a syllable on its own, we have to add Y before it. Right? Let's see. Okay, when I or U acts as a syllable by itself, Y is added before it. So if I that E sound or U sound is a syllable, you have to add letter Y before it. Like here, we have the Y acting as a U. You have the U sound here acting as a syllable on its own, but we have to add Y before it. Those are just the rules of the pinyin. That's pinyin, that's the written system, that's like the English form. Over here in yellow here we have the Chinese character, which is the normal way of writing Chinese, and we also have this English version. It's more like not English version, but it's more like English because it's like English alphabet, right? Just adding the tone on top. That's what makes it different, right? So what we're saying here is that whenever you're writing this English alphabet version of it, which is called the pinyin writing style, you have to add Y, the letter Y. If the syllable is just U or E alone, you have to add Y there. Like here, we have Y here. So it says it's added before. Yeah, that's just it. Then if U acts as a syllable by itself, W is added before it. Like words like woo, woo, woo. That was like five over here. Very good, good example. This oo is just you. Oo, oo. But when you want to write, you have to add your W there. Don't worry if you're confused about this now. Don't need to worry about it. You're going to be able to improve your Chinese as time goes by. You understand better, right? But if you are in a hurry or you want to take your Chinese language learning very seriously, as I said, look at the description below. You will find my number there. Reach out to me and I will be your personal Chinese language teacher, right? All right. So now let's go. When I say personal Chinese language teacher, I mean I'll be your personal tutor. We'll hold the classes online, just you and me. You understand? All right, now let's go on. Now let's look at this before we round up. It says, look at the pictures and read the monosyllabic words. What are monosyllabic words? Monosyllabic words are words that have only one syllable. It's a word on its own, but that word is one syllable. In English language, we have monosyllabic words like bag. Bag is just one syllable. Book is just one syllable, right? And it's a word on its own. Now let's go. Here, monosyllabic words in Chinese, we have yi. Yi means cloth. Wu, wu means five. Yu, yu, yu means fish. Means ear. Got the picture here. We have bi. Bi means pen, right? Pen. We have mao. Mao means cat. Dao. Dao. It means island, right? It's just one syllable, right? That's what we're talking about here. Like one syllable words. One syllable words, like a monosyllabic words. A word that has only one syllable. In one utterance, you're done. Dao, you're done. One syllable. Dao. Then we have hua, hua, hua. That's the flower. We have ji, ji, ji. That's a chicken or hen. We have chi, 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 seven. Now, for new learners, you might think it's the same thing. When I say ji, 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 when I say chi, 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 you think it's the same, but it's not the same. Ji doesn't have airflow coming out, and chi has airflow. As I said, if you want better understanding, message me. Find my number in the description below. All right, you can also comment. I'll give you a response as soon as possible. Now, but the best choice is still to message me on my WhatsApp. Find my number there, so we take your learning very, very serious, and so you can progress quickly. Now let's continue. We have the shoes, which mean xie, which is actually xie in Chinese. Xie, xie, xie are shoes. Xue, we have xue, xue, that's snow. Xue, xue. Now, before we round up this class, let us read these 12 monosyllabic words aloud. Read along with me. Don't be shy. You can get it. Let's go. You can get it. Let's go. One, two, ready, go. 一五鱼二比猫岛花鸡七鞋雪 One more time. 一五鱼二比猫岛花鸡七鞋雪 All right, that's it for now. And if you need anything, you can drop a comment, like, subscribe, share, and also my number is there if you want to reach out to me. Do not hesitate to do that. Thanks very much, and I wish to see you in the personal class with me. And have a nice day. Bye.